It's time for the rapid rundown. NFL Week 15. So remember when I said that the Giants, for the sake of Giants fans and the Giants, they need either the Niners or Seahawks to start losing some games? Well, funny enough, Thursday Night Football this week, big divisional matchup. It is the 49ers as a 3.5-point favorite on the road in Seattle against those Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, as weird as this sounds, even with the Niners having a struggling quarterback issue, I would still take the Niners to cover. I still think they're the better team. I still think they have the better pieces. And Geno Smith looks a little lost the last couple games. I would take the money on that one.
I think that as the Seahawks, it's been a rough couple of games. However, I think they're still good. I think they're still in contention, and they can claim a wild card spot. However, what the game against the Bucs kind of proved is that what we've been talking about, the Niners are just an overall great team. Yes, Deebo Samuel is hurt. Yes, we have Brock Purdy, the third-string quarterback. However, even with those major losses, that team's still firing on all cylinders. CMC really having a resurgence now that he's out of Carolina. Brandon Ayuk, don't sleep on Brandon Ayuk because Brandon Ayuk is having tremendous games. George Kittle can be George Kittle. You got to go with the Niners. I agree. Take the money on this one.
Now, you guys are going to do your official lines, but if you just want to pick... Well, actually, this one you can give the line because this game's coming up.
It's a -3.5, yeah.
Yeah, that hook's a little scary, but the 12th man is not what it used to be like there in Seattle, and I totally agree with Nick Morgasen in that they look like they're exhausted and running on fumes, and Geno did not look good at all on Sunday. Yeah, I know Brock Purdy was dealing with a little bit of an oblique issue after Sunday's game. I guess he's going to be all right. I mean, otherwise you're going to your third string guy. At that point, you just direct snap it to the running back. Again, the hook scares me here, but I'm going to take San Francisco, so I'm going to take the money here.
Hank?
I'm also going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. Don't like the hook there, but I think overall they've got the talent. And, it's funny, but it seems like they might be playing better with Brock Purdy, even though it's only 2 games. So give me the Niners.
They just look more motivated. That's what it's weird.
You know who else we need to give credit to for the 49ers? Kyle Shanahan.
Yes,
he has
absolutely.
Proven a lot of years that he is one of the best offensive coaches in the NFL. And look how many running backs he's had good years with.
It's a good point.
For sure. Guys, for the first time, we're getting to that point in the NFL season now. We have Saturday football. We've got 3 Saturday matchups this week, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's the Colts taking on the Vikings in Minnesota. The Vikings are a -4 favorite. Second chance for the Vikings. If they win here or they tie against the Colts, the NFC North is theirs.
All right, we could throw the tie out of the bag, even though I shouldn't say that because there was already a tie last week.
The loss to the Lions concerns me, but the Lions are playing with a lot of momentum. I know the Colts sometimes, under Jeff Saturday, it seems like it's weird to say, but under Jeff Saturday have a little bit of new life. But I mean, the Colts are not beating the Vikings. The Vikings will be your NFC North Division champions on Saturday. Take the money.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Vikings are angry, to be honest. I think that was a bad loss. I think this is a turnaround game, and yeah, they win the division. Take the money.
I'm going to echo that. I'm going to echo that totally. I mean, Vikings got to get out of having a negative point differential for the season here. So
oh my God!
Let's see them do it this week.
This is the week to do that.
I think so.
Hank?
I am going to go with the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, all around, take the money. The 4:30 Eastern slot, the Ravens and the Browns. Somehow the Browns are a 2.5-point favorite, and it might be because of the third-string quarterback.
Yeah, and you know what they'll be? I'm sorry, you guys can go first. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
They're going to be saying,
feel free.
Oh, yeah. You know what they're going to be saying? They're going to say, what can Brown do for you? Now, the question is, the question, though, is, what Brown am I talking about? I'm talking about Anthony Brown and the Baltimore Ravens. God, I wish this game could get up to 3.5. But Deshaun's just still rusty. And I almost feel more confident with Brissett under there. Upset special. I'm going with Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going to second Johnny. The Browns I thought maybe something after the 1 week that could change around with the Browns, but no, they still don't look great. And granted, again, we have issues with the Ravens defense and holding leads and such. Ravens on their third string quarterback dealing with injuries, but I still see the Ravens as the better team over the Browns. The Browns could be the better team on paper, but like we said, Deshaun still needs to prove that, get the rust out of him and prove he can still be the Deshaun from 2018, 2019. I am also going to go with Johnny. I'm going to agree with Johnny. I'm also going to go upset city, Ravens.
Yeah, when we were talking about Brown, I hope you weren't talking about this.
Oh, thanks for ruining my appetite.
Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I'm echoing on the same front. I didn't like the way Deshaun looked last week. I still think Jacoby Brissett doesn't get enough respect for what he did leading up to Deshaun coming back.
And Nick, this is the second time he's had to play emergency fill-in. If you remember, when Andrew Luck retired, he had to play emergency fill-in for the Colts.
Yeah, but I still think this was a whole heck of a lot harder, knowing that he had to prepare coming into a season, not knowing if he was going to start or not. Now, we know the whole Ravens situation. Lamar's out. Huntley's out. I mean, what I want to know what happens if Brown goes down.
Who's the fourth stringer? Just for the heck of
it. Is that even a thing? Is there a such thing as a fourth-string quarterback on a?
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to be signing somebody off the practice squad. I mean, you're going to hear about that a lot this week, about guys coming off the practice squad.
Well, in the meantime, Ravens upset. Hank?
I wanted to play devil's advocate and say the Browns, but I can't do it. Deshaun Watson hasn't looked good, and I think a lot of that has to do with not having a preseason and the suspension, and I can't say he's going to get any better, and not to mention, I don't even know if he's going to get better at all, so give me the Ravens.
Wow, so we're an upset across the board there.
Yeah, this is an upset across the board. So we had to take the monies across the board.
What did you say, Johnny?
I was going to say, we still know officially as of now if Huntley's going to clear protocol, but because this is a short week for the Ravens, I'd be very surprised if he does clear it in time.
He's not going to clear that in time. Short week, he's not going to clear it. At least I don't think. All right, where are we going next?
Brett Huntley, by the way, I think is the backup.
See, I'm just looking at some scenario. Oh, by the way, hold on.
What?
There is one scenario I did forget. The 49ers, so that if the 49ers beat the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football, the 49ers actually clinched the NFC West.
Oh, so that kind of takes one of your scenarios out of the equation if they win.
Yeah. So basically, if the 49ers win, then for the Giants, you got to hope the Seahawks go on a big losing streak.
See if it happens.
Moving back over to Saturday's games. We got a big one, gentlemen. This is, I think, the main.
What do you say, Johnny?
I was going to say Anthony Brown and Brett Huntley would be the backup if we do get to a fourth stringer. Brett Huntley was last in the league in 2019 with the Arizona Cardinals. Also spent a couple of years with Green Bay.
I was going to say that name sounded familiar. Okay, Go ahead.
All right. Main event this weekend, I think the game of the week, the Dolphins at the Bills in Buffalo, Saturday, 8:15 Eastern. The Bills are a 7.5-point favorite.
Right off the bat, I think this is going to be my lock this week.
Really? And you're lock in favor of who?
The Bills. And the reason I say that, and I said it on Game On, I'll say it here. When you go from 80-degree weather to 20-degree weather where it's going to be a sloppy mess with cold and snow, Tua is going to struggle like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, this is an easy lock this week, Bills.
All right. Johnny?
Yeah, it's a decent God, I wish it was under 7, but Nick's right. The Dolphins have not played in freezing cold temperatures yet this year. And remember, when these two played each other earlier in the season down in Miami, the Bills were down a lot of defensive guys, and the Dolphins were able to take advantage of that, which was good for them. but God, see, the only thing that scares me is that line might be a little bit too high. And sometimes what might happen in snowy weather like that is you might have a lower scoring kind of game. But I'm going to agree with Nick here. I don't know if I'm going to take this as a lock, but I will take it as a winner for Denver for Buffalo.
Hank?
Can I be the one person that differs?
You can if you want to be.
Doesn't mean I think the Dolphins will win, but I think they might cover. I don't really like the idea of giving such a high spread like within the division rivalry game, despite the weather. I'm
actually going to agree with Hank. The 7.5.
Whoa! Okay.
It scares me. I kind of actually, you know what? I want to play meteorologist. I want to look at the weather in Buffalo for Saturday.
Wow, we played meteorologist twice. We need a sponsor for it.
So what I had heard before was there's talking about possibly 7 inches of snow. Saturday.
It's going to be very snowy. The weather for Buffalo on Saturday.
If that's the case, if that's the case, Tua is not winning. I'll tell you that now. They don't play
if
snow.
If that's the case, I agree. Bills win. I think 7.5. If it's going to be a very snowy game, is going to be way too much. I think it's going to be low scoring and close. So,
I think that helps the Bills. I think that helps the Bills because they play in that weather.
By the way, 7 inches when they just had 6 feet a few weeks back. What's another 7 inches on top? Right.
Well, not to mention, Josh Allen's pretty good in the cold.
Right.
I agree. So wait, so Hank, are you going to take the money then?
You know what? I probably should. Sorry to go back on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what? I'll go back on it too.
I'll go until Friday, so you have a chance to reverse that.
You guys don't. You guys have that fortune. I don't. So you know what? Screw it. I'll just take the money.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
that's right.
We got the
bad influences.
That hook scare me though. That hook scares me.
Yeah, you are a bad influence. I picked the Niners. I said the Niners were going to cover, and I went Niners no cover last week because of you guys' convincing arguments, and they killed the Bucs.
That's my bad because I'm the one that started that trend.
That's why I'm behind a half a point.
Yeah.
By the way, scenario.
Yeah.
By the way, scenario. The Buffalo Bills host Miami on Saturday night. With a win, the Buffalo Bills will lock up a playoff berth. They cannot clinch the division, but they can secure a berth with a win over the Dolphins on Saturday.
And Hank, we'll see. Maybe this drops to 6.5 by when we do our picks later this week. You never know.
You never know.
True.
All right. Moving on to the Sunday games. Falcons versus Saints. The Saints are a 4-point favorite at home. Guys, I'm just going to be honest. I think the Saints are one of the most underwhelming teams. Now, granted, it's the NFC South, but man, I knew they weren't going to be great, but they're really bad. And Alvin Kamara has just been a major bust this season, in fantasy-wise and numbers-wise. He has not looked great. I'm worried this might be the beginning of his regression. Andy Dalton, much better quarterback than Jameis, but still, they just can't get anything going. The Falcons have shown signs and have at one point looked like they could lead the division.
They switched quarterbacks.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This is the debut of Desmond Ridder. That is the thing, though.
Now, they said they were switching due to quarterback. I heard that he's done for the season, Mariota.
I still don't trust the Saints. I'm still going to go upset.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm with you on this one. I'm taking the upset on the Falcons, too. Guys.
Johnny, Hank.
So it is going to be Desmond Ridder for Atlanta, and it's going to be Andy Dalton for the Saints. Oof, boy, this is a huge NFC South game. No, seriously, it is a huge NFC South game. I just have to saying that because it really is.
He's actually not joking.
I know.
I don't know if I'm gonna go the full upset special, but I'm going to take Atlanta because I think Desmond Ridder by action is going to play better than what Mariota was playing the last couple of weeks here. And I just don't know what the Saints really are. You know, you guys make a great point with that. And at that point, it may be a field goal game. So I'm going to take the +4 with Atlanta.
Hank?
Yeah. Saints, they pretty much stink. Their goose is cooked. And I would have to say that Dennis Allen's going to be gone at the end of the season. Give me the Falcons.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Give me the team with the better coach of the year candidate.
Eagles at the Bears. The Eagles are a 9-point favorite.
All right. Do we even have to talk about this game?
No, I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, this one should be as easy as it gets all week. Eagles.
Bears.
Wait, really?
What?
No, I'm kidding. Give me
No,
that.
I know that reaction. I know that.
I was going to be
Yeah,
like, really?
I don't
No,
think there's
I'm
really
not
much to
that
break down
biased.
this. I don't think there's much to break down in this game. So let's make it a true rapid reaction sweep here. Give me Philadelphia.
All right. Cowboys at the Jags. The Cowboys are a 4.5 favorite. The Cowboys going into Jacksonville territory. And Jacksonville, like we said, they kind of won a couple of games and actually have Trevor Lawrence.
This actually was a good game.
And I think we have a scenario here. Let me check. Yeah, the Cowboys can clinch a playoff spot through 6 different scenarios. However, the easiest is they clinch a playoff spot with a win here.
This is
Yeah,
where
knowing them, they won't win.
this is where Kevin,
Wait,
Greg,
are you
Aaron,
going
and Tom
upset
are going
city?
to be.
Oh, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that knowing
Oh.
them, whenever they need to clinch or figure out something, they never do it.
I'm gonna take Jacksonville plus the 4.5. I'm not gonna say they win, but I'm gonna grab the points. The Cowboys are still, they had 2 favorable weeks to try and work out their passing and their woes, and they haven't done it. Now, I'm not gonna say that they're gonna lose this game, but I don't know 4.5. It might be a little bit too high here, going down into Jacksonville. So I'll grab the plus points there.
I think that's a fair prediction.
I don't know.
Hank?
Such
Hank's,
a weird.
Hank's
There you
been
go.
playing on the Jaguar train this year. I'm curious what he's going to go with here.
Upset special.
There it is.
Oh,
See, I'm leaning that direction, but I don't know.
which is why
Yeah.
Nick, I'm going to side with Johnny. I think the Cowboys are the safer pick in terms of a game, but I think you got to split it here and just say Cowboys no cover because the Cowboys are very vulnerable. We saw last week against the Texans. The Cowboys are a very vulnerable team. So
Well,
I'm going
that
Cowboys
line-
no cover.
That line was insane. First of all, 17 and a half.
But still, it was only 4 points.
No, I
Another
understand,
one
but
of those.
the Jaguars are definitely a better team than the Texans. I think we can all agree on that front.
Yeah.
That's not even a debate. But at the same time, the Cowboys need to come to the field and play football, which they have not really been doing so much. Dak needs to step up and win a game. Like that was embarrassing. They were down 20-0, like through the first half.
Yeah.
All right. I'm taking the Cowboys to cover because I think they need to come out and win the game. They're going to come out and they're going to be aggressive and they have to win. So I'm going to take them to cover.
See that too. Yep.
All right, that's fair. Got Nick Morgasen taking the money here. We now go on to Nick Morgasen's New York Jets taking on the Lions at MetLife. Nick, this is a rarity we have on this podcast. However, this is going to be a pick'em game. So the lines are kind of all over the place. Some have the Jets as a -1 or -0.5, Lions as a -1. So this is a complete pick'em. So there is no half point you can earn for a spread or a right prediction, but wrong spread. This is an all or nothing, 1 whole point or 0 points.
Yeah. This might be different by the time the guys do it for game on. There might actually be a point
Probably.
spread for it.
It's been fluctuating already all week.
But I
Which is
think part of it
ridiculous.
has to do. I think part of that has to do with Mike White's injury. However, regardless of that, the Lions just have been playing too well. Then the Vikings felt their wrath last week, and I think it continues. I'm picking the Lions.
I'm trying to fight myself over just wanting to pick the Jets. I'm taking the Lions.
I like the
Yeah.
Lions' offensive.
That's-
I like the Lions' offensive line. I like their defensive players. You know how much I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think the cold weather plays a factor here because we saw them go into MetLife against the Giants a couple of weeks ago and play great. I think it continues here. I'm taking Detroit.
Hank?
I want to go with the Jets because it would help the Giants, but I think you guys know how I viewed the Lions. Give me Detroit.
Yeah.
There we
good
go.
sleep on the Lions. All right. We have next the Steelers taking on the Panthers. The Steelers the Panthers are a -2.5 point favorite.
Yeah, if Kenny Pickett's going to be in concussion protocol and he's going to be out in this game, there's no way in the world I'm taking Mitch Trubisky in this spot. I'm taking Carolina. Give me Sam Darnold even though Darnold will not have to do much. I mean, we saw Darnold didn't turn the ball over last week. You saw Hubbard and Foreman have great run games. I think it continues here. I'm taking Carolina in a huge game for them up there in North Carolina on Sunday.
I'm just going to look at Johnny's argument. I'm just going to look at Johnny's arguments, and I'm going to pull Nick there and say what he said. Take the money.
Yeah, this if he's in concussion protocol, there's no way they win this game, which I think is what's probably going to happen. So take the money. Hank?
I'm going to go with the Panthers. Got to ride the hot hand.
All right.
They've been playing well with
the
quarterback.
And laying less than a field goal helps here, too.
It's true.
Biggest line of the week, the Chiefs at the Texans in Houston. The Chiefs are
again
a -14 favorite.
Again, the Texans are in this predicament.
So something like I said last week regarding the Patrick Mahomes taking on the Broncos, how he came off a loss. Well, not only is he now coming off a loss, but he's coming off a game where he really didn't play that well. I think he takes it out on the team, and also doesn't look like no Dameon Pierce for Houston. So the only offensive guy that Houston has is not in this game. I'm taking Kansas City easily to win and cover this one.
By the way, we have a playoff scenario. If the Chiefs win, they are the AFC West champions, and
that's a given.
Yeah, I know. We just mentioned Dallas struggling, but you know what? Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys are two completely different games. Two different teams. I know Patrick Mahomes had 3 interceptions last week, but him and Travis Kelce, and he brings up all his other receivers. And Jerick McKinnon, by the way, playing his heart out. Jerick McKinnon is really stepping up as the new running back 1 over there in Kansas City. So you know what? Take the money. We'll have AFC West champions this weekend.
Hank? I'm assuming
the Chiefs.
Yeah, this game is really easy. I know, and it's weird because the Texans are in back-to-back games of over 10 points. The Chiefs are a much different animal, for sure. Take the money.
And I think, by the way, that does it for the playoff. Yeah, that does it for the playoff scenarios. We go now to the Pats at the Raiders. This is basically a pick 'em too. The Pats are a 1-point favorite against the Raiders.
This is what I call a BS game, and I would stay far away from it.
Yeah, I
really
would not bet this game. I honestly, this is bad.
It boils down to something very simple,
I'm going to give my reasoning for this.
Uh-oh, what?
My pick for this is simply this. Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels. Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels. Give me the
what
Johnny,
Hank said.
You were gonna say.
There's nothing else that needs to be said.
All right, I'll just do it for the two of us then.
All right. Yeah, take the money. So we're all agreeing that on the Pats on that one. And now it's time for a game of utter crap. And with gentlemen, I'm going to bring in. Hold on. I need a better way to describe this game. Hold on 1 second here. I think I have the way.
Oh no!
Is it muted?
Broncos country, Broncos country, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride. The potentially Russell Wilson-less Denver Broncos will be hosting the definitely not having Kyler Murray Arizona Cardinals this week.
Broncos country, Broncos country, Broncos country. Let's ride.
And the Broncos are a -3 favorite.
This is bad. Like, this is literally like this is the battle of backups.
Colt McCoy versus Brett Ripien.
God, that's bad. Where do we go here?
I know where I'm going to go.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Give me the team with the better backup quarterback. Period. Arizona upset special. Colt McCoy over Brett Ripien. And that's it. Nothing else. No coach. Nothing.
I second that. As much as Kingsbury is a bad coach, I mean, Colt McCoy is a better quarterback, and we've seen him hold up pretty decently when it comes to Arizona, their offense. I mean, Cortland Sutton, I think, is still hurt for Denver. They got Jerry Jeudy back, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this one. I'm going upset city.
Yeah, I think the only reason why Denver's favorite probably is because they're the home team. That's really the only reason why.
All right, I'm going to take the upset. Here's the deal, though. If Cliff Kingsbury doesn't win this game, he deserves to be fired. If he doesn't win this game,
I agree.
I'll take the upset with the Cardinals.
And I'm also going to continue to follow the rule of not picking the Broncos.
Hank?
Thanks, Nick Federa.
I beat him by 1 week by that rule.
I'm going to break Nick Federa's rule.
What?
What?
Are you taking the Broncos?
You heard me. I got to go differently. I don't even care about this game. I'm just picking.
That's fair. Save the pick when it counts for later in the week, right? But yeah, just to
broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. There you go.
Oh man.
All right. Here's an interesting one. The Titans at the Chargers. The Chargers are a 2.5-point favorite in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
Do we really want to deal with the Chargers?
Let me see. Mike Vrabel, Brandon Staley. Mike Vrabel, Brandon Staley. Actually, no, I'm kidding. That logic doesn't really work. Give me the Chargers.
I was going to say, they're both kind of crappy coaches.
No, I disagree with that.
No, I think
Mike Vrabel's a good head coach.
I mean, Vrabel's good. Vrabel's good, but the I shouldn't put it on Vrabel. The Titans are an iffy team, however.
You have one offensive option. That's it.
Give the ball to Derrick Henry.
They should just direct snap it to Derrick Henry every time. Forget Ryan Tannehill. Oh, wait. Isn't he out for the rest of the season? If I'm not mistaken.
No.
I thought he was. Or I thought he got hurt.
He's been kind of banged up.
It doesn't matter. That's not helping. Chargers take the money.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question of Mike Vrabel versus Brandon Staley. I think it's Justin Herbert and his options versus Ryan Tannehill and his options. Only 2.5 is good enough. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
I'm gonna say take the money. Go Chargers. All right, now we get to another Sunday afternoon game, the last Sunday afternoon game. The Bengals, 3.5-point favorites in Tampa Bay against the Buccaneers. After last week's performance, I have no faith in the Bucs. Don't disrespect the Bengals. Cover it.
Yeah, I'm on that same front. There's no discussion here. Take the money.
In so many years past, I used to just say, let's not bet against Tom Brady. This year, it's a different year. Give me the Bengals.
I wonder, the question's going to be, as of right now, what's the status of T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd? Because those two guys both were hurt last week. But yeah, I'm done picking Tampa. You know, we all talked about not picking the Broncos. I'm done picking Tampa Bay.
Johnny, you've been on the Tampa fix all year.
I mean, taking them either win or cover. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not gonna be insane this week, which means the Bucs win by 30 this week. So give me Cincinnati.
All right, Sunday Night Football, big game. NFC East battle, Giants, Commanders. Commanders a 4.5-point favorite. I think this is an absolute must-win for the Giants in the hopes of keeping their playoff hopes alive.
This was the flex game, right?
Yes, yeah. This was flexed in. Bills Dolphins got moved over to the big Saturday game, and Giants something got swapped out. I think Bengals Bucks maybe.
Wait a minute. Wait. They swapped out Dolphins Bills for this crap?
Hold on. Let me check. Let me double check the Week 15 flex. Well, not flex rankings, fantasy football. No, Week 15 flex for Sunday night. What did they do? Let me check what they did. I don't even know if they
they
flexed out. They were going to do Pats versus Raiders for Sunday Night Football this week.
I'm
glad we have this game then.
Okay, because I was going to say if they flexed out Dolphins Bills for this crap, I would have screamed.
No, and also it's not necessarily crap because it is a big divisional game that when both teams are competing for a playoff spot, they both played to the tie last time out. Some bad play calling cost the Giants a game that they could.
Dable is scaring me a little bit on the play calling front.
So the original Sunday night game, by the way, was supposed to be Patriots Raiders.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, he just said that. Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys go?
No. Johnny, go ahead.
I'm taking the Giants plus the 4.5. I mean, I'm worried that the Commanders are, they had their bye week, but I feel the Giants are more comfortable on the road in this kind of situation. I don't know about the full upset special, but 4.5 to me might be a little bit too high again. But if I had to go full upset, I'll do it in a must-win kind of game.
Tom, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders. I want the Giants to prove me wrong. However, I will say, for the sake of my Gianthood and the sake of how the last game played out, even off the Commanders bye, I say no cover.
Wow, Hank.
Commanders no cover.
I'd rather be wrong and happy than right and disappointed.
Same.
So I think you know where I'm going with this.
Commanders.
Yep. Hope I'm wrong, though.
So you're taking what?
I'll take the L. I would definitely be okay taking that L, though.
I mean, as that game was insane. Dable kind of scared me the last couple of games, the way the play calling is gone, especially taking that timeout in overtime, which would have saved them an extra 40 seconds. They probably would have won that game with a closer field goal kick. But Dable, I don't know. I'm taking the Commanders. I don't like the play calling from the Giants. I'm taking the Commanders to cover.
I think the play calling is the least of the Giants.
Hopefully Johnny's being the one that's outnumbered is right. That's all I can say.
Well, no, I'm taking the Giants. Oh no, wait. I am the lone wolf this week, am I? In this one?
I said no cover.
All right, so it's 2 against 2.
Yeah, 2-2. Time for Monday Night Football.
I think with Dable's the least of the worries with it now with the Giants.
Okay, time for Monday Night Football. Time for Monday Night Football. We're going up to Green Bay in a game between the Rams and the Packers. Now, I don't know if you noticed that I haven't done something yet. So here's how I'm going to put it in the spirit of Christmas time. Dashing to Lambeau. Damaged Rams go to Green Bay. Packs coming off a bye. Lock it all the way. I'm taking the Packers I'm locking it in as a 7-point favorite. I think the Rams are too absolutely beat up.
What? Did you really just agree? Wait a minute, did you just agree with this man?
R-E-L-A-X.
Are you telling me that against a damaged Rams team that
They're both damaged.
I know Aaron Jones is a little hurt, but either he or A.J. Dillon are going to go off. And I think the Packers have found their wide receiver one Christian Watson. I think he has been an absolute beast on the field to the point that I think the Packers can win by a touchdown in an extra point over the Rams.
Wait a minute.
Take the money and my lock.
Wait a minute. Is this Aaron Rodgers versus Baker Mayfield?
Yes.
Yeah, Baker's starting Monday.
Holy crap.
That's why I'm saying I got to take the lock on this one. I think the Packers are a much different team than the Raiders. Now, I know the Packers are struggling, but like I said, home at Lambeau, and the Rams just being absolutely – the Rams not having Cooper Kupp or Stafford, nothing that made them good, nothing that made them the Super Bowl champs last year. I have to take the lock on this one.
Ugh. Johnny?
What Tom said.
Hank?
What Johnny said.
Okay, then.
Are you going to be different?
As much as I want to be different, as much as I hate this man and have hated him all season, the Rams are a dumpster fire with every injury. I'm not taking them because I like them as a favorite. I'm taking them because the Rams are a joke. Take the money. Ugh. Gross.